the great cornhole.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Masters of the Retroverse. Blow me.
Are you rocking that shirt already?
I'm rocking this shit, man. Look at this shit. This is badass, dude.
Oh shit! I gotta get back to my screen so I can see it.
Oh god. Yeah, man. Check it out. Well, you can't see it because the freaking light. I mean, like, dim the light.
Man, I like it.
It's fucking awesome, dude. I love it. Love it. Good quality shirt, man. It wears great. You know, size-wise is awesome.
Have you wore it out in public? That's the true question.
Not yet. Honestly, this is the first time I popped its cherry right here on this show. First time I've ever worn it.
That's good.
I just washed it. I just washed it, and I'm got a little bit behind on the laundry. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Crazy.
So what's going on, Mr. David? How are you, buddy?
Dude, I'm good, man. I'm good. Been, you know, busy. We both been busy.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it's all good. We're here now.
Yeah. We say that every time, and then we back off again for another week or so.
Well, I mean, we're here now. That's what I meant. We're here now. Right now, in this moment, we are here with you. Ready to spread that retro goodness across the land.
Right? Fuck it.
From Eternia to what's the world that Thundercats are on? Asgard. We spread the retroness to all. Let it be known.
On Third Earth. That's the Thundercats one.
What is it?
Third Earth.
Third Earth. Yes, that's it. See, that's why I keep around David, because you are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the retro stuff. Worthless knowledge. Useless knowledge. Not useless to us, though.
Oh yeah, that's from Happy Days. Like, you serious? Like, how do you know this? I don't know.
I know. I drink and I know things.
I drink and I know things. I keep myself highly entertained.
Yeah. What you got going on back there behind you, buddy? You got
Dude, that's the Japanese version of Marvel versus Capcom.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Japanese love it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
That's a Japanese version, man. Picked it up.
What is it? The Sega what?
Sega Dreamcast. They made them in America too. It's just the Japanese. It came from Japan. It's not hard to get stuff from Japan.
Kind of figured if it was Japanese, it'd come from Japan.
Yeah, like the games. Pretty... Well, yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for that quick note there.
So what is that? Is that just like the intro that keeps repeating?
Yeah. Grab the controller and play it. Like, so I have this whole thing set up because, like, I want to do guest stuff. I want to be able to actually have a guest here in my studio. It'd be cool if we set you shit up the same way. And we could do, like, you know, special guests. And boom, my couch is right there, and I have two cameras. I have the camera here, and I have a camera pointed at the couch. I was showing Adam before the show. We got the stuff for I have the lavalier microphone. The only thing they can't do is hear the person talk, but I've got a fix for that too. Little latency, but I use the Bluetooth adapter and just a pair of headphones, so they receive the same audio from my mixer. Just there's no.
There you go.
And they have the headphones behind them, so it's all official.
Nice.
Straight up nerd.
Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome, man. Yeah, big and great things to come for the Masters of the Retroverse show. And as usual, we are live on the Toy Lounge. I know it's kind of early. It's like, well, my time is like 10 after 4.
Yeah.
My kid just got home, I think.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of people that are probably still at work. A bunch of losers still working. Losers. But that's okay, man. So on this episode, we are going to talk about the hit documentary, The Power of Grayskull on Netflix, right?
Yeah, the definitive.
Power. Give me like 5 seconds.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Well, not literally. Just hang on a second.
So here I am talking to you, seeing what's going on. I know nobody's really here right now. Just it's the first day of school for my kid. You know, for my kids, they just came home today for the first time. I remember my first day of school. Like you'd have a bag full of books. They have nothing, and it blows my mind the way things are going these days with school and whatnot. So, and another thing is like you could use. Remember back in the day, you could actually use like trapper keepers and cool stuff like that. Like, what's up with this stuff? You have to use a white 3-ring notebook, 2 inches. Everybody has to look the same. It reminds me of that Apple commercial. I think I've said this before, but yeah,
Everything's
Apple,
uniform.
yeah, where they're
We don't need no education.
Right? Yeah, but they're throwing the sledgehammer at the deal.
I know, right?
Suits on and shit. Everybody's conformed, being exactly the same. Like, what the
How
hell?
could you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
How could you have any pudding if you don't eat your
How
meat?
could you have any pudding?
Pudding?
I guess vegans don't eat pudding then. They don't get their pudding.
The way things are going, run our society now. Got to cater to everybody, you know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. That's offensive. That's offensive to vegans. I'm a vegan, and that's offensive. I want pudding too.
I'm a meat eater, and you offend me.
But we don't talk politics on this show. So,
sorry.
Upward and upward.
I have a Traeger smoker, and I love using it.
Mm-hmm. And I smoke Traegers, and I love using them.
Did you see that video of the dude at the vegan fest or whatever? And he's sitting there just like eating
raw fucking meat. Love that, dude. That's awesome. Kudos to that guy. And I'm sorry if there's anybody listening that's vegan. But goddamn it, that was funny. That was fucking hilarious.
I find it offensive. I apologize for him. He looked like something. He looks like something from the fucking 80s. He looks like a Steven Seagal reject.
Oh, have you seen the Facebook video of the guy? It was a big black dude doing like this like R&B rap whatever to like his Traeger smoker. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's hilarious. It's like this old, like not old guy, but he's like this big bald black dude wearing like high water khaki shorts, like all the way up, up past his waist, shirt all tucked in and shit. And he's got like these sandals on, and he's out there doing his dance and rapping about his Traeger grill. It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll tag you in. It's great.
Yeah, do it. Speaking of going back to school, man, and old school rap and R&B and all that stuff. I'm not gonna say that I didn't play the song by Criss Cross to my kids. I missed the bus.
Yes. I missed the bus. Oh my god, dude. So I was at a friend's house not this past weekend before, and he's an old head like me, because that's what we're called now. We're called old heads. And we were talking about like music from the 80s and 90s, and he's like really into like rap and shit like that, but I get there and he's like playing some like Incubus. I'm like, wow, dude, I didn't really know you're into that stuff. He's like, oh yeah, man, I've been on this kick of like 90s rock and like Nirvana and Soundgarden. I'm like, dude, that's right up my alley, man.
Rock it, bro.
Yeah. So then we got to talking about like some of the obscure like late 80s, early 90s music and stuff like that. And I brought up Another Bad Creation. Do you remember these kids?
Yeah. ABC.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Those fan. Yeah.
It was At the Playground. So of course we had to play it. It was awesome, dude. Because like, at my mom's, that was, because we were, Southern Baptist and, very strict and all this stuff. Like we would hide in the closet. All of us, like 5 of us kids, was hide in the closet and listen to Beastie Boys' License to Ill because we weren't supposed to have that type of shit in the house. Right? Well,
about it.
The ABC, I remember my stepbrother had that cassette tape, because that was the only rap that really we were like allowed to listen to.
Yeah, because their rendition of Spider-Man was freaking awesome. You gotta find it. You gotta find it. Yeah, ABC does a rendition of Spider-Man.
Oh, really? I'll have to find that.
Spider-Man? Yeah. It's freaking awesome.
Like the theme song? Like their rendition of the theme song?
Well, they talk about Spider-Man. I think it's a superhero song. but they're like Spider-Man's like one of the main ones that they're talking about.
Oh, holy shit, that's awesome! I gotta find that now.
Yeah.
We gotta find it and play it for sure. But yeah, so leading into that, you and I have been talking a little bit here and there about possibly doing this season about 80s and 90s music, man. Why not? We've covered a lot of the toy lines. We've covered, we've talked about movies and video games and stuff like that. But I think the one thing that we haven't really talked about that much is music.
We haven't. There's an untapped realm of stuff that we haven't talked about.
There's so much. But we're not going to get into that on this show. We'll just say this is a little bit of a teaser for what's to come for the Masters of the Retroverse podcast, and we'll get into that maybe next show. We'll talk about music, and all the music that we loved back in the day. Because I'm a huge music fan. I mean, I started playing guitar. I started playing bass guitar when I was 13, self-taught. Picked up the guitar when I was 16. Taught myself how to play that. I played all the different music genres. I played heavy metal to rock to country to bluegrass, and I love it all, man. I love it all. Music has been such an inspiration in my life. Music is the one constant in my life. It's always been there for me, and ups and downs, and it's just music is the one thing that you hear a song, you just get emotional, whether it's happy or want to punch somebody or sad or whatever,
It's all about those key moments in your life, right? It's all about the key moments in your life and what song was playing at the time.
It really is.
You take that moment and it's just amplified. It brings you back there every time you hear that song. Like for me, it's this. You remember I listen to a lot of rap, so I'm going to apologize. But there's a soundtrack called The Show, and do you remember that? Did you? I know you listened to a lot of night. I grew up in the place that you wish you could have grew up in. Listening to the grunge music and all that stuff. Like I was an outcast amongst a sea of grungers. You know what I mean? Like it was everybody could play the riff from Nirvana. Everybody was like wearing I was wearing flannels too. But then I was I was that asshole that turned my flannel inside out.
Dickhead.
Yeah, I turned my flannel inside out and would wear in the Marine Corps we have these things that are called woobies, right? So it's just a poncho liner.
Yeah.
It's like nice, that silky stuff. That's what the inside of the flannels are like. So it'd be on the outside.
Oh yeah. So you had like the insulated flannels.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was in Washington.
Bro. Oh, you're watching. It was cold. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's cold days. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I turned that inside out, and I had like looking back, it's like, man, I wish I wasn't an idiot. Like I liked rap, but maybe I shouldn't have like gravitated towards rap as much as I did. But that song, it was on The Show, and it was like I can't remember what the fuck was the name of the thing, but it reminds me of cruising down the strip and my buddy's fucking Honda Prelude and
cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping the hose.
It was like a 90 Honda Prelude before they got off curvy.
Yeah, nice. Yep. Oh yeah. God, yes.
Clothes in the back, Rockford Fosgate. This guy was pounding it out, man. Like this, and then he picked up this chick. She was the worst mistake in his life. I shouldn't have been the scrub hanging out the side of my best friend's ride. Being like, hey girl, yeah, we shouldn't have met her. We fucking ruined it for all of his friends. Like, Cook him was like, it's the, Anyways, that's another.
See, man, but I guess because you grew up in that era or in that area, I mean, that it was kind of nothing for you. But my God, I mean, me and all my friends, we were all kind of like wannabe burnouts. We had like, dude, I still like my dad found it not too long ago, and I was just fucking overjoyed that he found it. I had an old army jacket. That was the shit back in the day. And I wore this thing like all through high school, man. It was an army jacket. It had the 82nd Air Force patch on the side of it. I got it from one of the surplus stores, and it was just cool as shit. Because it was like, for me, when I was like from the age of like 13 to 16 or 17, it was like an oversized, and that was like the cool thing. You had the big jackets. You could fit all your stuff in your jacket pockets, And I had a long hair, dude. I had long hair. I had hair down past my shoulders with the undercut, you know, the skater cut and shit.
Yeah. The undercut.
That was cool, man. That was cool.
At first, it started out as a bowl cut, and it moved into the undercut.
Yes, because you just kept growing it out.
Yeah.
But I'd get up there and I'd pull my hair back in a ponytail, and I'd get the bic out and I'd shave it. I mean, I would shave it, man, all the way down.
Damn, look at
yeah, brother. That was cool, man. It was cool shit. And then you had the girls that did that too back in the day, you know, because that was
the ones you were like, yeah. I know you do what you want, man. But
like, do you like the D or like the V? Which way are we going here?
Man, it's Washington. So
yeah.
Fuck it. But I was gonna say your childhood sounds a lot like an episode of Freaks and Geeks. So I have an army jacket. I have a Marine Corps field jacket in my house right now. It ain't gonna fit me. It's medium.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's funny because, you know, like I watched Freaks and Geeks later on, and I'm like, man, this is like very 90s, but it wasn't. You know, that was supposed to be based off of like the early mid 80s.
Yeah.
But like there was a lot of similarities there besides the music, but there was a lot of similarities there between like what they did and what we did growing up, and Everything Sucks. That was a cool ass show. Really enjoyed watching that show because it did, like, to an extent, like there was a lot of shit that wasn't on that show.
That's that show. Like, honestly, like, I don't know the underlying problem of why it got canceled unless we went over it and I just forgot about it. But that show had so much room for potential, but with everything's going on in the fucking world, they don't want to hurt people's fucking feelings. Like,
right?
It was the fucking 90s. Everybody's feelings were hurt. It just played.
Oh yeah, you didn't give a fuck. You smoked the joint and off you go. You know, I mean, that's just how it was back then. You know, it's like
the only thing that was real out of that whole fucking show for me is the girl that didn't know that she was a lesbian and didn't want to come out of the closet and all this stuff. Like, that's
right.
The only thing. I had a whole bunch of those in high school that are all that they're all the ones that we were suspected could have been because they were never dude or whatever. They pretty much all are actual lesbians now.
Yeah,
they're all freely open with their friends, and everybody knows. Nobody has a fucking problem with it.
Yeah,
fucking problem with it.
But the funny thing is, it was very trendy back then. You know, you'd see a lot of girls holding hands walking down the hall, like that weren't really lesbians. You know, like all the popular girls. You know, it was like the trendy thing to do is be really lovey. You know, and hold hands with other chicks walking down the hallway in school and shit like that. But God, if you were a lesbian, oh God, heaven forbid, you know, you got made fun of and all that shit.
Adam, you remember when they traded shoes? Did you girls in your high school do that or middle school?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure they did.
One shoe of the other person's shoe.
Oh yeah, mixed match. Walking around like they got walking around the school like they got palsy or something like that because they got one high heel and one flat.
They got fucking gorilla feet. Like, how the fuck is foot even in that size 3?
Yeah, that's hilarious. God, and I remember back in like junior high. Did girls ever walk around with like nooks, like binkies in their mouth, like pacifiers? Yes. That was like the
fucking neck and shit.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, God, thanks. I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't just my school. You know, that was like the dumbest fucking thing. Like all these girls wanted to be babies. You know?
No. You know what that was? Well, it started out like that. You know that's. Well, I don't know if we want to get into that on the show, but
what? Come on,
you know what they're for, right? You know why people wore those and shit, right?
Nuh-uh.
Purpose behind them. The whole thing of why people had those is because when you were rolling, you'd put it in your mouth so you wouldn't fucking swallow your tongue.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what rolling is, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
X.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So that was the whole purpose behind them. So,
gotcha.
I never did it. I just knew. I found out later. why they all had it.
I had no idea.
That's
No,
what
I thought it was just the trendy thing to do because I remember like the big thing and like around Halloween back then was they would dress like the girls would dress like babies. Like they'd had the bonnet, they had the pacifier and all this stupid shit. They walk around in a onesie all fucking day. It was dumb. But it was a trend, you know.
some of them are stuck in that way right now, claiming that they're babies in adult bodies.
Yeah, I mean now, yeah, but you know what? It's still better than what these stupid fucking kids are doing nowadays with eating Tide Pods and doing the Kiki dance bullshit, all that stupid shit that'll get them killed. You know,
What's up with eating Tide Pods, man? I never understood that, dude.
I don't know. People, anything to get attention.
Who's the first one to do it? That's like, so we could grab the camera and just slap the motherfucker with it.
Yeah, he's probably drunk or high and decided that it was a good idea.
Looks so good, bro.
And then somebody put it on YouTube, and then it just kind of blew up from there, and everybody wanted to do it because it was the cool thing to do. You know, they got some stupid trends nowadays. But you know what? It's funny because I'm sure that our parents said the same thing about us. You know, like I said, with me with the skater cut and the hair that was dyed red from Kool-Aid and you know all the stupid shit like the Janko jeans, you know, shit like that, dude.
The Mohawk, that's a little 80s too,
But the Mohawks are back though, and the Mohawks are actually cool, and they're you know accepted in society nowadays. You know, along with like tattoos. So that's a few of the good things that are come from society today. There's a lot of things that are more accepted. You know, like I said, Mohawks, tattoos. You know, it's like you got full sleeve people walking around. You got nurses, you know, in a professional setting that are walking around with full sleeve tattoos, and it's just okay. You know, it's cool.
Fucking full sleeves. You know, there's a tattoo policy in the Marine Corps now. Like you can't have fucking full sleeves, and like there's like a whole stupid thing. Like I was that I had to get this removed if I would have stayed in. Too bad I got the Terra. So like they're making me take the numbers off my fucking wrist because they weren't in my record jacket. And it's like, you fucking serious, dude?
Really? Yeah, that's dumb.
They weren't entered in correctly with the page 11 entry. Like, seriously.
But a lot of that stuff is more accepted in society these days with professionality. Like when I got this tattoo, my Gallifreyan tattoo, I was really worried that, you know, my boss was going to throw a fit because, you know, we kind of had somewhat of a strict, you know, no exposed tattoo policy and all that stuff. And I got it and I was just like, he didn't really say anything. And I was like, well, you know, it wasn't it's bigger than what I thought it would be, you know, but it is what it is. It's not really that noticeable anyway when I'm working and stuff like that. So they never really said anything about it. And, but I think that stuff like that's more accepted, you know. Another thing, which we're not going to get into politics or anything like that, is, you know, like smoking pot, you know, like, my God, like there's so many people that are coming out that, you know, I smoke pot and blah, blah. And that was never accepted back 5 years ago, even really, you know, it's just all these states are legalizing, you know, the use of it, the medicinal use, the recreational use of it. And it's just way more accepted now than what I think it has ever been. And it's really funny seeing how many people that, you know, have come out saying that they do that. So I think it's great. More power to them, you know?
Fuck it.
Yeah. Just to be honest with you, you know, it's a hell of a lot better. It's better for you than drinking.
It is, yeah.
I mean, you get drunk, you start a fight. You get high, you get hungry. You know, you smoke some weed, you go to a Waffle House and fucking get yourself some waffles or some omelets. I mean, you're not going to start no fights with nobody.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, hey, there's a special birthday today, and I'm going to pull it up here. Let's say happy birthday. I know you can't see it. I'm going to pull it up on my OBS, but Facebook can see it. And where is it? Happy birthday, Paul Reubens, PeeWee Herman. Happy birthday.
Lock your screen. Am I playing it now?
Yeah.
Lock it to your screen.
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
You ready?
All right, hang on. Yeah, there we go.
Let me one.
And pull yourself up a chair.
It's cherry.
It's time to wet down your hair. PeeWee sure excited, so spend something invited to the wacky PeeWee playhouse. It's a crazy rhythm coming from
Love that show, man. Happy birthday, dude. Without looking it up, guess how old he is.
Currently
Yeah, just take a guess at how old he is.
58.
66.
Damn.
Can you believe that shit, dude?
When did
I
you get
cannot
out of
believe
jail?
it. Well, he never really like went to jail. I think he just got charged or whatever. Hey, Joe Amato's in. He wants to know if you recovered from your horrible Super Mario Brothers run. Oh, shit.
I didn't, Joe. Sorry. You gonna lock it back to you gonna take that picture off? You gonna keep PeeWee Herman up there?
No, it's off. It's about a 10-second delay.
Okay, my bad. I forget about the delay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, Joe. I didn't recover from it. I don't know what was going on that day. But I wasn't the only one that posted a bad score either, so it's all good, man. There's your date. I mean, so I don't think Adam has posted a score yet.
No, I haven't. I need to do that, and because I've got the emulator and everything on. I was thinking about doing that. We're gonna make that a challenge.
No.
What?
No emulator, brother. No
Why?
emulators.
What does it matter? It's still a score.
It has to be.
Dude, I'm not doing any fucking mods or anything. Give me a break.
NES Mini or the fucking NES. That's it, brother.
I've got the NES, but I don't have a way. I don't have the shit to hook it up.
Yeah, you just point your phone at it like I did.
Or that. I guess I could do that. Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, you suck. Hey, back to PeeWee Herman.
Okay.
Without looking it up, who was the voice on that theme song? That's why I wanted you to download that or play it. Who sang the theme song?
Pull up a chair. I have no fucking clue.
Listen to it again. Play it again. Play it again. Hey Joe, if you're listening, tell me if you can figure out who this is before I say it. Without looking it up, just be honest.
Oh, I got it.
Who is it? Huh?
Cyndi Lauper.
Yes. Good job, buddy.
Damn right.
Yep.
I had to hear the voice again.
Yeah, no. It's like once you hear it,
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, it's obvious. She did like the Betty Boop kind of, and there was trying to remember who wrote that. I know it was Paul Reuben wrote that with there was somebody else. Let me see if I can find it here. I can't remember who it was. But when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. It was God, and he had so many great people on that show, dude. Like Cyndi Lauper, I think she was on one of the first episodes. And Lawrence Fishburne, obviously, you know, was the
he was
king of cartoons. Or no, was he? No, he wasn't king of cartoons. He was the cowboy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was Cowboy Curtis. That's why they put Cowboy Curtis as his fucking nickname, or he did it. I don't know.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that Paul Rubens wrote it, and there was somebody else that helped write it, and Cyndi Lauper was actually credited. But her name wasn't on there. It was, I guess, her real name or something like that. And then we were watching something, and I was telling my wife that Flight of the Navigator, remember that movie?
Yeah.
With Paul Rubens was the voice of he was the voice of the ship. Well, he was credited in that movie. His name was Paul Mall, which is weird. Really? Yeah, Paul Mall, like Mall. And I tried looking it up because if you go on IMDb and if you look up, let me see if I can find it here. Flight of the Navigator. There. I mean, he's credited as it's on there as Paul Rubens, but you know, it always says it'll say his name and then it'll say like, yeah, Max voice, and then it says in parentheses as Paul Mall.
Okay. So
which is weird.
Cynthia and Stephanie Lauper.
Here, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. Let me look it up on IMDb. PeeWee's Playhouse.
Oh, yes.
And see if it comes up on there. I can tell you what.
Oh man, I'm sorry. What are you doing, Roxy? You want out? I can't let you out. Sorry, honey.
Here, let's just look up Cyndi Lauper.
Cynthia Ann Stephanie Lauper is her real name.
It's Ellen Shaw. The show's theme song performance was credited to Ellen Shaw, though in her autobiography, Cyndi Lauper admits to being the actual singer.
Huh.
Why didn't she want to take credit for it?
She is high. She's fucking weird.
She was weird. She still is.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who it was. The writer was one of the guys from Devo. The writer of the song. Yeah. Yeah.
That whole place is just plagued with weirdness.
It is, dude. It is. Mother's Baugh.
What?
What's his name? Mark Mothersbaugh. Yeah. And apparently George S. Clinton and Dweezil Zappa too, which yep, that explains it right there. That explains it. That's cool, man. All right, hey, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. Are you ready? Are you in the middle of something there?
The dog just wanted out. Sorry.
Back in your pud? Okay.
Yeah, I was playing with my penis.
Okay, cool. Hey, zip that thing up. Oh. All right, let's cut to a quick commercial. Retro commercial time on the Masters of the Retroverse podcast. And we'll be back and we'll have the meat and taters of the show. What you got there?
Benghazi investigation. Answers may be in
Martin McFly Jr. arrested for theft.
Yeah. Same time with the Benghazi thing was going on. Fucking Benghazi thing's going on too.
Oh no.
Like the Cubbies win the World Series.
Do they? Got the sports page there? That's awesome. Where the hell did you find that?
So Greg Albin sent me this.
The future is now.
I'm a Back to the Future fan. Oh, there it is. Sports. The sports section's got the DeLorean in there. You see it?
Nice. That's awesome. That's cool as shit. All right, you ready to cut the commercial break?
I don't have a commercial loaded up.
Oh, okay. All right, well, never mind then.
So
all right.
We can commercial break.
Okay. All right, we're good. Hey,
yeah. I'm here.
You talk for like a few seconds. Let's watch you play your video game. I gotta go run upstairs real quick and make sure my kid's not like destroying the house.
The kid is destroying the house. He's
probably.
Bradbury.
Yeah, he's a Bradbury. All right. Why don't you talk? Keep people entertained for like 30 seconds. I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. I'm just don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on. Just getting this shit here. And there we go. So you can hear it. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. You can see me lose this. Anybody's watching. Why you gotta be gray? Da-da-da. Here we go. I don't even know. I usually use the big stick. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Spider-Man's gonna whoop his butt. Or not.
All right, and we're back.
Sorry,
You winning?
No,
Who are you playing as?
I'm Ryu.
Oh, why the fuck you gonna go Capcom, dude? You gotta go Marvel.
I did go Marvel on my second guy.
You suck then.
My second guy's the Hulk. Yeah, I suck, but I won both. Look at that. I need to hook this up. This is easier to play with.
Hey, so what was your high score on the Mario Bros?
Oh God, it's so embarrassing. Hold on. Now my high score is like 275, something like that. Look at my ass kicked. There we go. Well, it's 275 something. It's on there. It's on the thing. So, are you still there, or am I just talking to you?
I'm here. Sorry, work stuff.
Yeah. So, are we gonna talk? What were we gonna? Oh yeah, we're still gonna talk about the He-Man stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, meat and potatoes of the show here. We're gonna talk about the Netflix hit documentary, "The Power of Grayskull."
Yes, and this is where Joe Amato should be here.
Yes. He was here.
Yeah.
He's still here.
Well, we got some editing to do in this, buddy.
Greg's here. Yeah, that's all right.
Hey, Greg, I just showed the newspaper. We're at 40 minutes right now.
All right, man. Well, let's talk quick here.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so we actually have a few people watching. Greg, Joe might still be watching.
Yeah, Joe says, mad respect going all Dreamcast on the live. You are awesome.
What do you mean going all Dreamcast on the live?
He's talking. Well, this is old. I'm just now catching up to the chat. So
yeah,
he said you are equally bad at this game too as you are on Super Mario.
That's it, Joe.
Well, Joe, if you're still watching, then I believe that sounds like a challenge, and I think you should do the live Mario Brothers high score challenge as well. Right, David?
He's been doing a lot of shit talking on everybody's stuff.
I know. He needs to step up, son. Step up. Prove yourself. Prove yourself, man. Come on. You are the video game champion. Like, you've got trophies and jackets and all kinds of shit.
I heard he had the Kong high score for a long time, too.
Yeah. He says he loves giving you some crap. I still think we need to see you play your Mario Brothers live. Do it live in the lounge, or the Masters of the Retroverse Facebook group, either one. And let's see what you got, brother. Step it up. You've been challenged.
Jesus.
Okay, so David, what are your thoughts on the He-Man Powers of Grayskull documentary that aired on Netflix? It's on right now. It just came out a few days ago.
So let's give them a little bit of context for the people that don't know, and I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching us right now knows exactly where that show came from. It originated in 2016 as a Kickstarter. It had a few backers. A lot of people were quiet about it. Motu Joe, when he was on our show, he was being like all quiet and secretive and stuff like that. I don't know why it was a Kickstarter. I wish I could have get on it, but it ended, and I believe it was late 2016. There's different tier levels. You could have had there was some great gifts for the tier level entries for all of those things. Like your name in the credits. That's why they have like 1,000 people at the end. But yeah, so it started 2016, it ended 2016, and they just released the they just released it. People that got their DVDs, they got them like I believe a week ago or so. It's supposed to come out in December of 2017. So there obviously was some delays in their product and probably interviews and stuff that they had going on, because think about it, you watch that show, it's if you watch the Toys That Made Us, it's pretty much the same interviews except for the She-Ra ones. Mark doesn't get angry at anybody, at least that I saw.
I think it was well, obviously, you know, it was almost 2 hours long. I think it was quite a bit more in depth than what you saw on the Toys That Made Us.
That they were pretty much just sticking to the toy line. They had a little bit of this TV show and the stuff afterwards. They didn't give She-Ra as much credit as she deserved, like they gave her in that.
What do you mean? They were saying that it was just as popular with the boys with the email.
I'm talking about between the Toys That Made Us and Grayskull. Like they hit the She-Ra part, but they went more in depth in the Powers of Grayskull.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much just said like, and we gave the girls this in the Toys That Made Us. Unlike the Powers of Grayskull, that they went more in depth and they explained a lot more things. You didn't see that crazy lady with the chair naked.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was weird. Thank God we didn't see that.
She was on 2 episodes of the Toys That Made Us with that. The Barbie one and the She-Ra one, you know, because they come from the same deal or whatever. The same people made them.
Mm-hmm.
Same people made She-Ra. But dude, I absolutely loved it. It was a good show. It was a good show. It was really long. I had, and I can't remember right now. So obviously must not been that important. So, but yeah. So originally Kickstarter, and then they moved it, and there's some delays there. If anybody knows what the delays were about because they backed it or whatnot, I don't know if you backed it. Joe or anything like that. I didn't see your name in there. One that I know for sure. I think I can't even remember. I got to look at the credits again. So they're all in the credits. Everybody who backed it. I know I saw Joe Teague, Motu Joe, and some other people, but that's it. I just kind of want to know the backstory to that piece. Why the Kickstarter? Because it's still, you can still search it on Kickstarter and see the date that it was supposed to release. There was no updates ever made to it. It was supposed to release in December 2017, I believe.
Wow, so, damn.
Yeah, it's just some. Like,
well, I mean, it might have been editing stuff. I don't know, but that was kind of weird.
Like in our interview with Joe, he's like, "Yeah, it should be dropping here in a few months." Remember?
Well, but maybe because of Netflix, you know, Netflix, I'm sure they have a long, drawn-out process to get shows on their streaming service.
Yeah, but that should have been secondary to them getting their DVDs. They got their DVDs, their Blu-rays, like like a few weeks ago, if not a week ago.
You think it's some licensing stuff or something, or
maybe, I don't know. That's something we'd have to, you know, delve into with, you know, Joe, Motu Joe and stuff.
Yeah,
maybe come talk about it a little bit and give us some insight. So I know he was busy. I didn't want to ask him because you said try to get him on. I didn't even ask, and that's because he just came back from PowerCon, and yesterday or the day before when we were trying to run the show, he was probably traveling back from California, so I wasn't gonna bug him, and I forgot to tell you about that. I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. Hang on one second.
Yep. So anybody in the chat know what happened with it? Maybe you can give us some insight. Maybe just find out what was going on with that. Maybe open some doors, give us some intel, see what's going on. Anybody know? My phone just died, so Adam, it's on you.
Okay, yeah, I'm good. I've got the live pulled up here. Sorry, I got some work stuff going on here too at the same time. Trying to deal with this stuff. I thought it was great, man. It was really cool to see a lot of the insight. It was cool to see Dolph Lundgren on there. You know, talk about his experience with the movie. I didn't really understand what you're talking about with the guy with the blue ascot. You said he kind of ruined it. Was it because of his design? Was it because of his So let me tell you the story.
He ruined the movie.
Yeah, David sends me a text of a picture of this guy. Now I hadn't seen the show at all yet. He says the guy with the blue ascot ruined it all. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, just watch it. You'll see what I'm saying. But I didn't really understand. Was it because of his God, can't think right. Was it because of the way he did Skeletor?
It was the way he did fucking everything. Like he's like, so he didn't really have any knowledge of what people were supposed to look like. If you listen to the way he talked, the art director, the guy who's supposed to direct how this thing's supposed to look, he's like, yeah, let's just make it like this. This will be awesome.
Yeah.
So he like drew some weird off the wall fucking third dimension Castle Grayskull and shit like that, like going off of like some of the concepts.
Yeah.
Before.
Well, it was funny too because there was a picture. They were going through all the concepts of like the costumes for He-Man and Man-at-Arms and Skeletor and all that stuff. And then he comes to one. He's like, "Yeah, this gold suit He-Man." He goes, "I didn't really like it, but I tell you what, that suit probably looked the most like the original than any of them. It was just gold, you know."
Yeah. Well, none of those. I don't know. They didn't have the cross in the chest or whatever. Like, I don't know. And the whole.
Well, because before, dude, he had never heard of He-Man before he did that movie.
Right.
You know, before he got the script, so he doesn't know the pop culture. He doesn't know the history and what it means. Well, I know it was back in what 85 or 86, but he didn't realize what it meant to kids. You know, so he's thinking, I got to make this a Hollywood production. I got to make this, you know, make it sell, make it awesome. And he didn't realize what he was doing.
Yeah, and they wanted to do Blood and Guts, and Dolph Lundgren wanted to do Blood and Guts and all this. And everybody wanted to do Blood and Guts. He-Man wasn't that kind of property,
right?
And it was, you know, it was a mentoring, young, youthful type educational property,
right?
Teaching you wrong.
But I think his thinking was, we got to make this appealing to, you know, all different ages. You know, the kids are gonna be drawing the parents in. Because, hey, we're going to go see this He-Man movie, you know, and then the parents are going to watch it, and it's going to have all this action and sci-fi and all that stuff, and they're going to think it's cool.
Yeah, well, first off, you got to get the sci-fi fucking right. But you look back at it, it's got its moments where it's great. But He-Man, I don't know. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and punch him in his face and then take his ascot and tie it around his dick.
Choke him out with it.
Choke his I mean, what?
What? You're gonna what?
You know what? No, I just
dude. So I really thought it was really cool though, seeing a lot of the like concept art and stuff for, you know, the He-Man and the She-Ra and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was really cool. Well, I'm talking about the concept art for the toys when they were trying to design it and figure out, you know, what he was going to look like. Dude, I think one of the coolest ones I saw was what's the bad guy that you like? The Hordak.
Hordak?
Yeah, Hordak. He had like spikes coming out of his head and shit, dude. It was cool as hell looking.
Well, that was a concept for him as a
toy.
Off the movie. Yeah, but
yeah, no, I'm not talking about the movie. Sorry, yeah, I kind of jumped off there a little bit. I was talking about the concepts for the yeah,
like a spike mohawk. That's pretty sweet. Yeah,
and I never really paid that much attention to like the box art, but they showed a lot of the full art. Man, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah. So the Asian dude or whatever in there that does that drawing, you remember seeing him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alberto posted a picture with him, and it's like, yo, dude, let him make him see if he'll draw our thing, you know?
Oh, is that who that was in the picture with him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And then very cool. The heavy set African American dude, he's the one that did all the mini comics.
Yeah. That's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, so all right, we got to figure it out. We got to start. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, Adam. We need to go to PowerCon next year.
All right, man.
So we'll figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do a whole thing. Like, I know we won't have press passes or anything, but we're going to be pressed, paying for our shit to get in there. And everything's like stupid expensive. Like when Alberto held up he's like, how much for this? And she's like, $180. It's like, what?
Wow.
$100 for It's not even in the fucking. It's not even on the card. Like what the fuck?
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. Oh
See, that
yeah,
would just all that would do is just piss me off, though.
yeah. So there's gonna there'll be cheap shit there too, but
Well, I'm sure, but
the rare stuff, like I think he picked up a Man at Arms knockoff from Mexico, and I can't remember how much it was, 130 or something like that. It was
yeah,
a knockoff, $130. Not on, it wasn't on card or anything. It was pretty beat the fuck up, but
yeah.
I guess it's really rare. Yeah,
Hmm.
had Skeletor's armor and shit.
That's cool. Nice.
It's weird. It's weird, but it's cool. You know, it's one of a kind. I'm a collector. Don't get me wrong. I love collecting stuff, but like, dude, if I tried to collect every single thing that Masters of the Universe had, this room would be packed like Motu Joe's closet.
Right.
Like,
It's too damn much of it, man.
like
Too
right
much.
now, I feel like I have too much, dude. I feel like I have too much. I was talking to my wife the other day. I was like, probably need to start figuring out what I really want. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost like I'm half tempted to post. I'm looking at my collection right now. It takes up so much space.
Just don't do it, man. Just don't do it. So you're 100% sure that it's what you want to do. We talked about that, man. I mean, that's a lot of good stuff. You got a good start of a collection. If it's too much stuff, man, put it in a box and stash it away for a little while.
That's the problem. Where am I gonna put it, dude? Like, yeah.
Stick it in an attic, in a basement. Well, you don't have basements, but
The
you
attic
know,
would
you can put it. You can fit it all in a tub, dude. It'll fit in your closet. You know, whatever.
Joe Amato's like, send it to my house. I'll take care.
Yeah, I bet.
He's like, I just need to have 2, 3, 4 of everything, so we're good.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know.
That's why I got to build this room down here, man, because I'm going to have to line all my, I've decided that this is going to be like my X-Men room for the most part. All my superhero shit is going to go in here. And I could probably already, I know I could already fill the room up.
Yeah.
But all my retro shit's going to stay upstairs. You know, all my Nintendo stuff, all my, my He-Man, Star Wars, all that stuff. It'll stay up in my video game.
I wish I got, you know what I mean, that I don't have, like Scareglow's cowl.
Yeah.
His cowl, his cape,
Mm-hmm.
his boat cloak.
Yep.
And like, you know, like all the little accessories. I wish I had them, but I don't know.
Yep.
I just don't know. I don't know if I want to commit like that to it anymore. I don't know. I like having what I have.
You don't have to commit to it. Just don't buy more shit. You know, just hang on to the shit that you got. You know, that's the same reason why all these people lose their shit from their childhoods, because they get older and they're like, oh, I don't really want it anymore, and they'll get rid of it. And then they regret it.
I don't have anything from when I was a child.
I know, but I'm just using that as an example. Like later on down the road, you're going to regret that you got rid of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't mean so much more to me if I had the stuff from when I was a kid, and I wouldn't ever think about getting rid of it now. But now it's like the only thing that, like, I don't know.
Dude, you've collected this stuff in a time in your life. You know, this is an era, dude, because like you're collecting this stuff in this time in your life that, you know, this is memorable because we're hanging out with, you know, all these great toy people and these groups and stuff. And I'm afraid that you're going to regret it. If that makes any fucking sense at all.
I can't regret hanging out with you at all, Adam.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
I
don't know, man. I'm not trying to get too deep in this shit.
Yeah. So, we had to add some drama to the show.
A little bit, yeah. All right, man. Well, let's wrap this up, dude. I can't believe we're already over an hour. I got to get going.
Yeah.
But everybody listening, make sure you check out our Facebook page, Masters of the Retroverse. You can find their group, same name with the group after it. Come join us. Another great group, obviously, that we promote is the Toy Lounge, which we are live on right now. Don't really do Twitter too much. Don't really do Instagram a whole lot anymore. So this is probably the best place to find us.
Yeah.
YouTube, obviously, if you're not watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we do have the audio podcast too, the audio version of this. You can download it on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast.
Yep. Yeah, and next month we have Yeah. So next month I'll have we'll do a Max Corner again, and we'll actually go over the arcade one up because I would have received it. So
Nice. Awesome, dude.
put it
Hell
together,
yeah.
and post it up.
Yeah, so definitely we do David's got his own little in between show that he does, Max Corner. It's awesome. It's just him drinking rum and hanging out, talking about shit.
Yep. I talked to a camera because you're my
Because
only friend.
you had no friends.
You're my only friend, Cammy.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks all you people in the chat for coming and hanging out. The one and only Joe Amato. We had Joe Turner. We had Greg Albin. Man, we had you and me and everybody in chat. So
there's like 4 people in chat.
oh my god, yeah, but considering it's like 5:00 in the evening, 6:00 for you.
We apologize for making this run late.
Yeah, sorry for my rambling towards the end. I think I've had too much beer.
We were trying to go live during the weekend and things just didn't work out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't work. Life happened, but it's all good. We're here now. So
Yep.
All right, David, I'll let you take us out.
Well, thanks for coming out, guys. Don't forget there's nothing wrong with living in the past.